Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with another trailer reaction. This one is for Delicious in Dungeon. Up until about a week ago, I never heard of it before. I think it came up for the first time during last Friday's live stream. We talk about a lot of interesting shows. I feel like somebody mentioned it to me. I could be wrong. If it wasn't that, I'm not quite clear what it was. Then I talked to Merrick, works at the arcade. He was telling me how a couple months ago he remembered I was talking about this show, Taruto. Taruto is another show I watched. I think we're into episode 100? No. I think we're about to jump into the 90s on the episodes for Taruto. So there is years worth of Taruto. We release one a week for the last 2 years. Either way, Taruto is a show where this dude goes around, to sum it all up in the simplest of ways, he goes around killing beasts so he can formulate or acquire the ultimate menu. You want to get like the best ingredients or the best monsters and beasties to acquire the ultimate menu. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's similar, but he said it reminded him of this, and it's called Delicious in Dungeon. So this was the first thumbnail I could come up with. I didn't want to have anything too spoilery. It looks like an elf. It looks like a human. And it looks like maybe a dwarf. He looks like a Gimli type of guy with a big stash. Interesting design on this dude because his stash is enormous and going over his helmet, his iron helmet. Also, he has interesting horns coming out of it. I just realized I was thinking it was part of the helmet, but there's a good chance that he is some sort of fae-like creature that has his own horns and they're coming through the helmet, because now that I'm looking at him, they look like something that would grow out of a person and not something you'd put on a helmet. I feel like if you were going to put it on a helmet, they would be steel too and the same color. I'm not clear. This is the most interesting dude of the bunch. The other two look like your, typical elf. Possibly not a human. He looks human like this, but he is very short, so maybe he's like a halfling or I don't know. I'm theorizing about things I don't know. In front of me is the image that you're about to see now because we're going to start. But he looks like a knight. He looks like a human knight. So now it's making me think even more so that other dude over there is either like a halfling or a gnome or like a hobbit of sorts. I know it's Dungeons and Dragons. You could see I got my Molly shirt on from Campaign 2 of Critical Role. And I figured we'd just jump in and check it out. If it looks awesome, which I feel like it will, and everyone's told me great things, after I had talked to Merrick, like I said, Merrick, it is the name of one of my employees at the arcade. He is phenomenal, and he usually has great taste. We like a lot of the same things. We were talking about how last night Avatar, The Last Airbender, came out, the live-action Netflix. I jumped in episode 1 of that. You can go watch that now. It's edited up, and the full one is on Patreon. The full ones of these will be up on Patreon. You guys interested in more of what I do, in the description of every video will be a link for Patreon. Full unedited, everything. Hundreds of movies, hundreds of shows, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Chainsaw Man, My Hero Academia, Bleach, Critical Role Campaign 2 going on every other day. We've got a video for that. Full unedited, in the description is the link for Patreon. If not, let's jump into the trailer and see what we got. We have the official trailer for Season 1 of Delicious in Dungeon.
I think we just found our lunch.
Is that a mushroom? What was that?
Yep, the party across the way is making breakfast.
It's not fair!
It's because your body's craving fat, that's why.
It's because I don't want to eat monsters!
Well, you did say you'd do anything to save poor Fallon.
I didn't say I'd eat monsters!
A scorpion hot pot, eh? Can't say I agree with your method.
I love how they look, how they sound, how they live.
So much is happening.
I always wondered how they taste. Saving my poor sister is the only thing on my mind.
We're leaving.
Got it.
Are you ready?
Yeah!
Let's do this!
It looks good. It is so jumbled. Theme song. It's got a high, upbeat
Monsters
theme
are
song.
dangerous creatures. You can't ever know a monster's true feelings.
The worst thing about the dungeon is not being able to eat this good when we're in it.
Some people stay in for a month.
There's a wolf
How
man.
do they do it?
What are you doing here, outsider?
Told you it was a dumb idea, dummy!
We can go find it and kill it.
For
So
years
much is
now, I dreamed of cooking one of those red dragons.
There is no way I'm gonna eat that!
Let's hurry and save Fallon!
Okay, let's go. They're alive. That means they can be killed. And that means we can eat them.
What the frig did I just watch? So much just got thrown at me. I don't even know where to start. I would almost watch it again, but I think I'll just jump into episode 1 after I edit this up. They're only 25 minutes an episode, and that's with credits. So I feel like if you knock the credits off and skip the intro, I mean, we're going to watch the intro for the first one, but I feel like these are probably 20-minute episodes if you knock out all the unnecessary stuff after episode 1. Episode 1, I always watch the intro, and I usually check out the end credits just in case there's anything going on. But then once I realize if there is or not, and the theme song's always the same, we usually skip it just for the sake of saving time and not having to edit everything up and deal with all the copyright stuff. But it was enough of coolness and intrigue that I definitely want to jump right in. All right. I remembered Fallon. We're saving Fallon. I think that was the night guy's sister, if I'm not mistaken. I don't recall hearing any other names. If it did, it happened so quick. Actually, right here now I'm seeing Leos, Marcial, Chilchuck. I'm not even going to bother. I see Fallon to save Fallon. All right, whatever. That's episode 1. I'm seeing what's coming up. Chilchuck sounds cool. But I heard Fallon. We got to save Fallon. Many times we hear the name Fallon, so we're saving Fallon. We're going to the dungeon, save Fallon. We got to eat him up. We got to eat everything. I think he said something like, if it's a monster and we could fight it, we could cook it, we could eat it. And it seems like that is our job. It doesn't seem like we're killing things and then eating them for sustainability, even though that is probably along the lines of what we're doing as well. But it seems like our requirement is to eat them almost. Now, maybe it's just we got to eat because we got to survive and you got to eat. But I feel like the point is everything we kill, we got to eat. If we could kill it, we could eat it, we could cook it. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. There was some sort of wolf person. He was standing on 2 legs and he looked like a person would stand, but as a wolf. And he was taller than everybody. That was interesting. This dude I already said is interesting. I got to assume the little dude over there is a hobbit of sorts because we got our human, and our human is a knight who is saving his sister, who I'm assuming is also human. So I feel like that's too many humans to have that little dude over there be a human. He's probably, like I said, a halfling. I don't know what they'd call him in this sense. It could be one of many things. Like I said, you could be like a gnome, or a hobbit, or a halfling, or this dude's got to be a dwarf, because you could be that too, but I think he's the dwarf. They're usually more jacked looking, more staturous, and he's a skinny little dude over there, the other guy. The elf is clearly an elf. She was screaming and freaking. I don't know who's who. I don't know which name is which. Marcial could be a girl or a boy name. Leos. I mean, Chilchuck is the only one that I think is a guy's name. Who would Chilchuck be? I hope he's Chilchuck. Maybe him or the little dude over there. Either way, I'm jumping in. So if you guys see this, expect episode 1 to come up later tonight, because I'm going to probably edit it up and throw it up right after this. You want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see at least a couple episodes of these probably up on Patreon. Same thing with Avatar, the live action on Netflix. Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We just finished Percy Jackson and True Detective Season 4. Cobra Kai and Stranger Things will be coming sometime this year. The final seasons. Hundreds of other movies and shows. Full unedited in the description. Link for Patreon. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.